watching the American Conference on ESPN. Tonight from the Fertitta Center in downtown Houston. Should be a classic one. Number 22 Houston against the Hurricane of Tulsa. It's been topsy-turvy atop the AAC. Our standings, the Trailblazers, Cincinnati and Houston, Tulsa, a slim half game behind. SMU still involved. Wichita State and Memphis also in the bulk of that 16 field. Hi everybody, it's great to have you with us. A good evening to you. It's Sean Harrington. I'm John Meterparel, and this should be a great one, Sean. Both these teams very similar. Something's going to give.
Yeah, both these teams pride themselves on defense. I expect there to be a lot of energy in this ball game. I expect it to be very physical as well.
And benches will be important. Martins Igbanu from Tulsa has been an instrumental performer.
Yeah, he's given Tulsa everything they need right now. An inside presence over the last 6 games, 21.5 points, 6 rebounds. Over the last 4 games, shooting 67% from the field. So he has dominated inside. He's getting high percentage shots. He's gotten Tulsa off to a good start on that offensive end. For Houston, Caleb Mills, a freshman, doesn't play like a freshman. He's had 5 games of 20 or more. He can get to the basket, a good outside shooter when he has time. And as a freshman, look for Houston to put the ball in his hands late in games. When they need a bucket, he'll go make a play for you.
And the bench numbers, impressive on both sides. Frank Haight, the coach of Tulsa, Kelvin Sampson from Houston, relying on their bench crews. Tulsa outscoring the opposition's bench in 18 out of 25, large part of their 17-8 record. And Houston outscoring the opposition bench in 23 of 26. In the first game, January 11th, won by Tulsa by 2 points. They got 28 bench points, so it tells you how important it is for both sides. And we welcome the audience watching on ESPNU. Moments ago, watching the upset and a thriller. UCF with a 2-point win over Cincinnati in double overtime. Alongside Sean Harrington, I'm John Meterparel. It's great to have you with us from the Fertitta Center. As we hit our under 4 media timeout, we're going to keep it right here. Tulsa and Houston tied at 17. A recap. Sean, it's been a defensive battle, and to be expected, as both teams are very defensive oriented, and for them to have success, it's all about the defense. It starts on the defensive end.
Yeah, no question about it. Both of these teams, top 3 in the conference in defense, and that's what they pride themselves on, and that's being a defensive team. And both of these coaches preach it. They want their teams to be good on that defensive end. They want to be physical, and that's what we expect. First meeting between these two teams, very physical game. Defense winning out in the 2-point battle. Expect a lot of the same here tonight.
Yeah, that was 63-61, won by Tulsa January 11th. Fabian White is going to have to be a key performer for Houston. He had a big shot early.
Yeah, it's really important for both of these teams to dominate the lane. And that's post touches inside. It's dribble penetration getting into the lane. Well, it's Fabian White getting the team off to a good start early on. He was able to get position inside, knock down a couple easy ones, and then step out to 17 to knock down another bucket. So really important to control the lane. Joyner trying to keep Tulsa in it. I love how aggressive he can be, getting all the way to the lane. He likes the big moment. When his team needs a bucket, when his team needs a play, look for Joyner to step up and make that play. Good start early on to get Tulsa going here on the road.
The retired numbers, a storied history at Fertitta Center, formerly Hofheinz Pavilion. Number 22, Houston, with a 6-point lead over Tulsa. Welcome back inside the Fertitta Center with Sean Harrington. I'm John Meterparel. An uneven first half offensively for both teams. When push came to shove, Houston had the slight upper hand.
Yeah, made a few more baskets than Tulsa. That's really been the key here in this first half. You expected both teams to come out and be strong defensively. They were. In the second half, which team settles down, moves the basketball, gets into the lane, works inside out, makes some shots is going to be the difference.
And Jariah Horn made his share of shots in the first half. He had 7 for Tulsa. Why was he effective?
Well, he's able to stretch the defense. He can step out. He can knock down shots. He can score around the rim to get you some easy ones with some post touches. And I really believe he's a key to this ball game for Tulsa. He's capable of putting up big numbers. He's scored 20 or more 5 times. But 4 of the last 5 games, he's been in single digits. He had a good first half. Tulsa needs him to have a big second half.
Fabian White, 8 points for Houston, made 4 of 6 from the floor.
And he set the tone for Houston early. Got into the lane, made some shots early on, got Houston off to a good start on the offensive end. Look for Houston to establish him early on here in this first half. He can stretch the defense as well, knock down 15, 17 feet. They can go inside and out. It'll be a successful second half for the Houston Cougars.
They look like they're on the verge of pulling away at times, and Tulsa, to their credit, did a nice job making sure that didn't happen, but shooting 26%. Clearly a ugly number. Houston not much better at 37%, but I mentioned before the break, 8 minutes of the half, 3 points, 1 for 11. That's not cutting the cheese.
Yeah, you can't do that on the road, especially against a very good Houston team. So no question, shooting percentages have to go up. And you see Houston end of the half. So many times coaches talk about the last 4 minutes of a half, the first 4 minutes of the second half. Well, Houston won the last 4 minutes of the first half. See how they come out here in the second half. Going to be a big key to this ball game. Who comes out with more energy?
Caleb Mills, the baseline jumper, and a good start for the second half. And the freshman Mills, their leading scorer.
He's just so smooth. Good play out of the break to get Mills a good look. Just the body control he uses on those mid-range pull-ups.
And a wild shot by Brandon Rochelle, who had a quiet first half. Tulsa needs him to get going, don't they?
Yeah, he's one of your leading scorers. He has to have a big game on the road in a tough place to play.
Mills, the 3. 5 straight points for Caleb Mills in the first 50 seconds of the half.
And you see why they like him so much. A freshman has had 5 games of 20 or more. 13 games he's hit multiple threes, so he can get to the rim. He can knock down the 3. Great start for the freshman here in the second half.
The largest lead of the game for Houston. Ibanu, who was quiet in the first half. Nifty move, though, in the N1. Martins Ibanu averaging 21 plus in his last 6 games, shooting over 60% for the field as the foul was on Chris Harris.
And you can't
That's his second.
You can't forget about Ibanu now here in the second half. You get that 11-point deficit, you feel like you got to knock down some threes, make some big plays, but Igbanu's been so good for Tulsa here over his last 6, averaging 21 and a half. You have to continue to feed the basketball inside early here in the second half. Plenty of time to chip away at this lead. Play through Igbanu.
He had 30 against UCF on February 9th. His numbers tell the story. He's been outstanding. Shoots 55% from the floor. 129 points in his last 6 games.
Yeah, and Houston knows it, so they're going to send the double team. So that doesn't mean go away from Igbanu. Get him the basketball, let him establish his position inside. When that double team comes, he's very capable of passing out of it. Now you have numbers on the backside. See if you can get an easy look when you have the advantage out of the double team.
What would you do defensively to stifle Houston?
Don't lose Caleb Mills. That's a start right now. Nowhere number 2 is on the floor. He's had the hot hand here early on.
There he is. Mills smothered at the elbow. 2 to shoot. Sasser lets it fly. Good hustle by Fabian White, but it goes out of bounds off the long glider. One thing we've seen from the jump, hustle on both sides has been outstanding.
Yeah, both these teams are going to play hard. They're going to be aggressive. They get after it in the defensive end. Exactly how these two coaches preach to their teams. They coach their teams that way. First place on the line. Expected to get physical. Expected to do some energy here in the second half.
Darian Jackson. Ibanu. That's a good look by Darian Jackson. The penetration drew the open man.
Great offense there from Tulsa. Again, chip away at this lead. Play through Ibanu. He set the ball screen. Let Jackson get that penetration inside. And when the double came, it's not penetration. Good job by Igbanu finding that opening to give Jackson the outlet.
Igbanu with 8 points. Here's a 3 attempt by Nate Hinton. It's run down by Joyner for a moment. Good hustle by Hinton. Winning another 50-50 ball. Mills, the 3. Oh, someone stop Caleb Mills. He is burning hot. And Frank Hayes of Tulsa needs a timeout. They love Mills in H-Town. A one-man show to start the second half.
Well, the second half has been all Houston, and it's been all Caleb Mills. He is putting on a show right now. The mid-range pull-up, getting it back off of the 3, stepping out deep. He likes taking big shots. Teammates finding him, hitting him in a rhythm. Shot clock winding down, no problem. He has just been on fire here in the second half.
Scored every one of the 11 points in the second half and 16 overall. And the first meeting, January 11th, the game Houston lost 63-61. Sean Mills had 22 points.
He is capable of scoring 5 times this year. He's scored 20 or more. And wouldn't you know it, misses the free throw. He's had the hot hand, 76% from the line. Good free throw shooter as well.
Foul before the break on Elijah Joyner, his first. 12 second half points for Caleb Mills. Good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us on a busy night of college basketball on the U. You saw a thriller, maybe you missed it. If you did, before us, it was UCF upsetting Cincinnati 89-87 in double overtime, which means the winner of this game owns first place in the American Conference. Houston would improve to 11-3 as Cincinnati dropped out of first with a loss, their 4th loss in conference. And a smothering defense on Ugbo in the post. And that is a shot clock violation. So Houston gaining momentum on offense and now on defense.
They lock you up on that defensive end. Very aggressive. Also just a little late recognizing the shot clock. Tough pass inside. Ugbo had nothing to do with it before that clock expired.
You can't take your eyes off the American Conference. One possession games, overtime games, frenzied action. It should be an outstanding conference tournament. Another shot is good by Caleb Mills. He's unconscious.
Yeah, you got to get the ball out of his hands at this point, and you got to get all over him, pressure him. Think about denying him potentially. Don't let him catch it, because he is on fire right now. From 3, mid-range, it doesn't matter.
Jariah Horn trying the counter punch. Ugbo, good hustle. And he picked up a foul on Sasser. That's the 3rd on Marcus Sasser, the freshman guard from Red Oak, Texas. Is this a good call?
Yeah, hands definitely in there making contact. That's what causes Ugbo to lose his footing.
Sasser will leave the game for Kelvin Sampson, replaced by Dejan Giroux. Carita the 3, that's going to be 3 foul shots. The foul is on Fabian White. A bit overzealous on the sideline, and Carita paid for it.
And that's the ultimate no-no. Don't foul a jump shooter, especially from 3. No question. Contact on the arm, and that gets the tie off of Kelvin Sampson. He ripped that one off. Can't foul a jump shooter.
Second foul on Fabian White. After a split draw in their first fight, Saturday is the highly anticipated rematch between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury with the WBC heavyweight title on the line. It's 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, live on pay-per-view and ESPN+. To order the main card, go to ESPNplus.com/top-rank. Be sure to download the ESPN app if you're watching on your mobile device. Who do you like, Wilder or Fury?
Tough call there.
You're gonna hem and haw on me? How do you go against a guy named Tyson Fury?
You would think, right? A guy that size with that footwork? Free only be able to make 1 out of 3 there.
Tulsa from the line, 72% as a team.
5 of 11 here tonight.
Mills, he has 17 second half points. He's got each and every one of the Houston points. Simply outstanding. It's absurd.
We're watching an incredible individual performance right now from Caleb Mills.
And a foul in the backcourt. That's on Josh Early.
How about his
first?
His teammates finding him. I think Banu there on the contest, but when you have a guy that is that hot and in that much of a rhythm, you have to get all over him. You cannot give him any daylight at all to even attempt a 3. So at this point, I would start denying him the basketball. Don't even let him touch it.
Career high 23 points. He did it twice. Of course, he hit that shot, but it's waved off. Foul before the shot.
That's what happens now. You start making 3s. Now you have to get into him, and he's got that quick first step that he can blow by to get to the mid-range or draw fouls.
Zon Rochelle is first. Mills the 3. Off the mark, but he drew the foul from Hill. And he'll go to the line for 3 shots.
Got to get into him. Don't give him any space. No question. Contact on the shot.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
That's where he's in such a rhythm right now. That's where you got to completely deny him the basketball. Houston's looking to him to continue to score. If you're Tulsa, you got to just get it out of his hands.
He has tied his career high with 23 points. Defensively, you're almost at a point now for Frank Hayes. You double, you're tripling Caleb Mills. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you have to deny that. You got to keep the ball out of his hands. He's in too much of a rhythm, too much confidence right now.
Now with a career high 24 points for Caleb Mills, the freshman from Arden, North Carolina.